All right, hey there, Marshall here from Limited Resources. So, this is the deck that Luis drafted on LR682, and this is a vintage cube one, and we're going to play out the games. If you want to see how this pile of nonsense came together, you can look at the video. I'll put a link in the description for LR682. You can search for it, and you can watch us draft it if you like watching train wrecks. I don't really know what the plan is for this deck. It has some vaguely powerful stuff that is kind of situationally good, but it doesn't really have like a strong game plan. It doesn't have a very good curve. The mana is just okay, even though we have a bunch of mana fixing in here. So yeah, we'll see. It's okay. I guess this is what we signed up for. A 4-drop, a 5-drop, and a bunch of lands. I guess I'll mulligan that. This is better. This Knight of the Reliquary looks actually pretty good with the 2 fetches. I'll probably just put back this island. I'll need one for fact or fiction, but one of these fetches is going to grab like Spar's headquarters or something that makes blue. Or not. I guess I'll just play it. It does give us black and white to go with the Godless Shrine. Pack Rat. Okay. Ooh, Secure Tribe Elder. That's a nice pickup. So I can get Savai Triumph, but then I couldn't play this. I could get the blue here, and I've already got the white and the black, so I'll do that. And I'll just play Secure Tribe Elder on 2 here. All right. I've got 2 untapped lands potentially here as well. So do I block here? Yeah, I think so. Oh, they're not even going to bother. All right. So what can I cast? I've got green, white, color. I've got black, white with this and color. I've got blue. So there's a decent chance that I should just get another blue source because I have Jace, Mystic Confluence, Mana Drain, and may need to do that. I have already got double white, so I'm just going to get an island. Ooh, Resto. Resto do anything right now? No. But it could actually be decent here just as a flash blocker for the 2/2 or up to 3/3 rats. Just to eat one of them. So I'm just going to cast this or play this and pass. My other option would be to play Knight of the Reliquary just to get like a big beefer down. But I think this is fine. Because I can Foff or Resto, kind of depending on what my opponent does here. If Resto had like a good target right now, then I might be able to try to set up for that. But right now it kind of doesn't. So it might be better to just take out one of these rats, take out a bit less damage here. Sure. Because like I have Jace, so that can bounce a token or something. Sometimes you don't want to put the OG rat in the bin because they can. Oh, interesting. Okay. Because they can reanimate it or something. But when you have bounce spells, leaving them with a bunch of tokens can reap benefits. You know, if we rip Jace or something. Ooh, Thoughtseize plus Foff or Thoughtseize plus Reliquary or even Thoughtseize plus Vindicate would be fine, which I may be able to do, but may not be able to. All right, well, let's just Thoughtseize here, because this is good info about what their plan is. They just ditched Damnation, so they're kind of all in on Pack Rat. Okay, so they're full on Reanimator, which is not surprising, but still good to know. So if we put Coma in the bin, they can makeshift mannequin it, but we can target it with Vindicate. They can't really cast Coma, so we shouldn't do that. So I should just take makeshift mannequin here. And that leaves them with a reanimation target that they can't cast, and then the ability to add another reanimation target, but they don't have reanimate spell, so it works out. So the question here is, do I want to Vindicate a Pack Rat or even a Godless Shrine or something? Or do I want to play Knight of the Reliquary, or do I want to Foff? I think I'm actually going to play Knight here. Because, like, my opponent doesn't have any way to really interact right now. And my mana's looking good, and just having a bunch of big blockers for this Pack Rat plan seems fine, too. Oh, they are going to cast Entomb. Interesting. I actually didn't think they would do that. I thought that they would just want more rat fodder. I wonder what they're getting. Is it just a reanimation target, or is it like... Because it just... Yeah, it is. It's Grizzlebrand. But... So they're just hoping to rip, but I mean... Feels like just having more... Like right now they're on the rat plan, and it will win the game if it goes off. Like... I can't really sweep it. Yeah, now they can't even attack. All right, so we'll crack this. Get this Knight a little bigger. And I guess I could just get the Savai Triome down in case we draw Golos, which is one of our ways. This is our only red source. But we're Wooburged up here. Ooh, Oracle. Do I want that or Fact or Fiction? Think I want Fact or Fiction. And I'm going to do it now. Because I may be able to set up for some type of counterspell or draw removal or whatever. All right, so what do we get? Yeah, like Bobble I could play now. So I'll probably just take the Solitude pile no matter what. I suppose if they said Solitude and you can have the rest, I would probably take the rest, but Solitude pile seems good. It's really good against Coma. Ooh, I'll take... Oh, don't do that. That's the pile I want. Yeah. Solitude and the rest, that's an interesting one. And I should probably just take Solitude pile. I mean, I do get a card, but these lands are basically redundant, and same with the thing. So I'm going to take Solitude. I like how my opponent did that. That was smart. And now I got a 6/6 Knight of the Reliquary. Should I be attacking? And I think the answer is probably no. So I think this turn I don't attack, because even if they go rat here, I can still block with Resto and Knight, kill a rat, and then the other rat shrink down, and then the Resto trades with the rat, and that's a pretty big setback. If I really needed, I could Solitude as well, though I don't think I'll need to do that. So I think they're just going to jam here. And I will go block. This does get interesting. The Solitude being hardcast next turn, though, is really tempting. Okay, so my choice here is I can Solitude right now, take out a rat, and then I get to keep Resto Angel, and they're down to 1 rat. Or I can just let this happen. They're down to 2 rats. I take 6, and then I can cast Solitude the next turn and kill another rat. Yeah, and then I have a 3/2 lifelinker. That seems good. because they're just kind of out of gas here. Ooh. Never mind. Now I guess I need to draw a white a white card would be perfect because I could vindicate a rat to keep myself alive and then still have solitude for getting back Grizzlebrand or whatever. But this was a really great draw. Like I think I'll lose now. Because they can just go get a reanimation spell and get back Grizzlebrand and then just draw 7 and I can't really keep up even if I have an answer for Grizzlebrand. This I guess. This is potentially a card draw option as well. Shoot. So what if I just play Oracle here and leave up Solitude Vindicate? Am I dead is the question, and I'm not quite. So I will do that. Okay, there's Mana Drain, which I don't really want at this point, I guess. Because it'll just be kind of too late. So I'll probably shuffle it away with Knight of the Reliquary. Okay, so this is Reanimate. Oh, it's Recurring Nightmare. So they sack Bloodghast, get back the big feller. And then they draw 14 maybe, and then I Solitude it. And they gain a bunch of life. Yeah, that's tough. Good news is it's hard for them to kill me this turn. Unless they have Black Lotus or something like that. Did you reanimate as well? Okay, well, we're getting into balance or die mode here, I guess. Are they going to put me to 1? No. Okay, there's Teffers. Which I don't think does anything. Oh, there's balance, though. Does that do anything at this point? Maybe it's just too late. I can get them down to 1 creature, but it can be Grizzlebrand, and then I lose, right? Wait, what if I vindicate my own guy? Does this make white? It does. I vindicate my own guy. That's 3 mana. I Solitude my other guy. In fact, I Solitude Knight of the Reliquary to gain 9. And then I balance. I also have 0 cards in hand. Does that work? Let's try it. So, oh, this doesn't make black. This does, but I can still do white this for the thing. So that does work. Just like we drew it up. This is actually going to be a thing. Because this actually protects me from like blood gas too, right? I wonder if I'm supposed to activate this. Probably it's like another life and it thins out a land, right? Which I don't think I want any more lands. It also could have given me the mana. I didn't even think about that. So I have blue, blue. I think I've got all the colors. What are cards I can draw that actually matter as far as mana cost goes? Could I cast Leovold? I've got, yeah. I think I can cast everything outside of prime time with this mana. Council's Judgment I can cast, yeah. So I don't think it matters particularly. So I'll just get an island. And then this gets me to 13. I guess this plays around, what's it called, too? Discard 6. I don't... Yeah, that's fine. Oh, interesting. I wonder if they would have done that at the beginning if they could have got me. They could have probably, right? Look at that. They got 0 cards in hand now. And we got like a bunch of sweet blue cards we can draw, like Jace and that kind of stuff. And we're at 13, so we don't just die to Bloodghast. In fact, it doesn't even have haste anymore. Taste it, Bloodghast. Okay, that's not a great draw, though. I will play it, though. I guess we both deserve that. No, you drew a 6? Oh my god, that's dirty. That's like dead next turn. Really? Just cold ripped the 6 ball right off the top. Exactly land into 6 drop, too. Dang. Now what? I chump block, I take 6. I'm just pretty much toasted here. I guess I can afford not to chump block, technically. Right? I take... If I block here, I take 10. And I still have Leovold. Sure. I don't know if that changes anything, but I do still have Leovold. And there's my Mystic Confluence, like a turn late. Bounce, 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 block, lose. I can bounce 3 creatures this turn and I still lose because it's Grave Titan. If I draw Swords to Plowshares, does anything happen? I kill this, block, and die easily. I block and kill this and die. Yeah, there's just nothing. Man, that sucks. After our genius play, too. But Grave Titan is just a great board state in and of itself. Like, it just does the thing. All right. I think we should probably bring in Reanimate just because my opponent's like putting stuff in the graveyard and we may be able to just nab it. So I kind of like that. Um, the removal's all fine. Balance still seems really good. Swords of Plowshares really, really good. Reanimate, or I mean, Thoughtseize we can use to take away their reanimation spells like we did. I like exile effects too. Maybe Vindicate can go. Fractured Identity's good. Yeah, I'll kill Vindicate. Okay, this looks good. We will need to track down another blue source to be able to cast Jace, but we've got Foff to do it. Mishra's Bauble will find us a card. I think we can do it. And Thoughtseize is pretty good here. We can turn to it. Oops. Let's play the Bauble here. I'll just crack it now. They're going to draw a Swamp. And we are going to draw a blue source. Oh, that's not bad either. Okay, they play the Swamp. Ooh, JVP. So the question is, do I want to Thoughtseize tap land and then play JVP, or do I want to get a little more aggressive here and just run Jace Vryn's Prodigy out there to get it going? And I think I actually want to... I can't Thoughtseize off of Sparrows. What was I doing? Oh, I thought that was the other one. I needed to play this one. All right, well, does that change my idea? No, I think I'll just do this then. And then next turn I can play both. Like, the main thing is I don't want to play Jace and have it just die. Yeah, I was thinking this was the Esper one, but it's the Bant one. Okay. Okay, they got Grizzlebrand. Let's see if they have a turn 2 Grizzlebrand for us here. Yeah, they sure do. All right. Not much I can do there. But let's see if I can draw something. Wooded Foothills. Not quite. All right. Well, Thoughtseizing when they have Grizzlebrand out already is not really the name of the game, but geez, so that's brutal. All right. Play Wooded Foothills, and I guess I'll just play Jace Vryn's Prodigy here and take my medicine. I do need another blue, but a second. Wait, does this make white as well? It does. All right, so I can go Breeding Pool. Still above the threshold for 2 hits from the donkey there. All right, well, this is just going to be what can my opponent come up with this next turn, because I can bounce. At the minimum, I can bounce Grizzlebrand next turn, but they're just going to have infinite cards. And that's the real question here. Down to 8. They draw. They're up to 11 cards in hand. They could draw again, but it does get a little sketchy for them. They probably just want to find like Thoughtseize or Duress or something like that to try to take away my ability to deal with Grizzlebrand. That's pretty good too. That's interesting. They're just applying too much pressure here because like they can Imperial Seal, then draw, and then get the answers that they need. But I could see some cards too. You know, like Solitude is still a thing and I have a looter, like let's say that they have a way to disrupt my hand here. You know, they can only take away one card, probably. This is where you really want the broken stuff. You know, this is where you want Lotus, right? So they could go like, whatever, Mind Twist, you know, for 3 or something like that. Okay, Bazaar doesn't make mana. This does get that card that they searched up in their hand, though. And Bazaar, you know, is pretty unleashed when you have infinite cards, basically. So I'm assuming we'll see Thoughtseize or Duress or something like that. And it's Crypt Breaker. Wow, I was way wrong. Okay, it's Crypt Breaker. Now, let's just get Grizzlebrand off the table for obvious reasons. And then I'll just sit here. Probably Oracle Moldiah not necessary for our plan at this point, but these cards are pretty good. We do need to hit a land drop, so I'm definitely going to be kind of aggressively looting here. So what could they get here? Like they could put Grizzlebrand back in and just get it back. Like if they found another reanimation target or spell. But that doesn't actually do that much, right? Because I can just rebounce. Exhume. Okay, so do I want to give up a loyalty on Jace here to get Oracle of Moldiah into the battlefield? Absolutely. In fact, I don't even need to, do I? Because the Oracle will be there to block. Oh, Fractured Identity? Okay. This is starting to get to some business here. Ah, but it was Elishnorn. I did not see that. All right, well, now I just lose Jace, and if I draw a land, I might be able to play something, but... All right, I don't know why I either didn't see it or just assumed that Grizzlebrand was coming back. But there was nothing I could do anyway to prevent that. So it is what it is. Okay, well, I would love a or a land here, an untapped land. All right, there we go. So the question is, do I want to Mystic Confluence these things away and leave up a counter? Or do I just want a Fractured Identity, which would kill this and leave me with Elishnorn? Yeah, I think I do. I think just keeping it simple and just fracturing Norn here makes sense. Because it's a 2-for-1 back in the direction for me. And it does eliminate things like Pack Rat from being a factor. Of course, it does not eliminate things like Grizzlebrand. But I've got Mystic Confluence. Like, they can only bring it back so many times, right? And eventually Bazaar of Baghdad does start to catch up with you a little bit. They had so many card resources available that it'll take a long time. But, you know, you're down a card here. Also, they're at 10 and I get to apply pressure. So this works out. Okay, and they're down to 8 now. The question is, can they get back the Grizzledad here? No. All right, well, I'm in a decent spot then, actually. So I play Scion Clearing Pass, and I've got Factor Fiction if they don't do anything, and I've got Mystic Confluence if they do. Or if they do something that I actually care about. They're down to 7. But both of these look really strong here. I do need to be picky about what I counter with Mystic Confluence, but... wow, they're just going hard. Perhaps going to try to set up a Pack Rat backup plan. Yes, indeed. All right, well, let's just counter it and draw 2 cards. And we'll have to lean on Foff, but and these cards, but I mean, like, we have a lot of 1-for-1 answers. Yeah, there's a few right here. In fact, here's a Teferi. And there's Solitude as well, although I do want to cast Teferi here, I think, so I'm going to do that. Teffers. I'm just going to start drawing cards here. Okay, I will play Island. Yeah, I'll play Island because I may want to sack this Silent Clearing if I need to, and then I'll untap some blue lands here. So this gives me Fact or Fiction. And they don't know about Solitude. So that could be an answer if a reanimation target ends up hitting the battlefield again. Like, I could Foff into a white card if it was like urgent. They're also conveniently at 7, which means that they can't activate Grizzlebrand. So Grizzlebrand just becomes this huge flying threat, but that's just not that great against our current board. Okay, got rid of Damnation. I'm going to go for the main phase Necromancy. All right, well, I'm going to cast Fact or Fiction here. What are their targets? Is it just Grizzlebrand at this point, or is there something more interesting? I guess Leveler? But you have to cast Leveler, right? Yeah. I would just take this top pile. I think because if I get to get out of this turn with like Teferi Mana Drain, I can reanimate something, I guess. Although realistically, I have to be careful with my life total. But Mana Drain, like, I don't know how many more critical spells they even have. Like, Golos could just run away with this game pretty easily too. But against Reanimator, I'm like more about what? Oh, I'll choose this pile. I don't care about that. I can't even activate Grizzlebrand anyway. So what are they getting back? Are they getting back Grizzlebrand? They're both lethal now because I tapped the Silent Clearing. Getting back Gravy Train. Okay. That makes sense. But I think I can handle it. I think I can take the heat. Okay, so what I think I want to do here is... Let's see. I think I just want to cast Solitude and exile Grave Titan so that it's gone forever. And I don't have to deal with it. Because if I tuck it or Necromancy, then it just comes back in a few turns. I probably do need to end up tapping something here, but whatever. I will have a 3/2 lifelinker. So we'll get rid of that. And then that goes away. And then what do I do with Teferi? Do I draw a card here to keep up mana drain? Yeah, I think so. So actually I should just do that now. See what we get. Ooh, Resto? Oh, Resto on Solitude? But I won't have that quite yet. But I will cast Steve here. And then I'll just untap 2 blue sources so that I have mana drain. And it's going to be very difficult for my opponent to come back here, I think. Wow, not every day you take a punch in the face from Grizzlebrand and live to fight about it. Especially if we can pick up the win here. We are finally at the point where the Bazaar is affecting things pretty hardcore too. They've only got 3 cards left. And if they activate it, then they go down to 5 cards in library, up to 5 cards in hand, but then down to 2. It's starting to get pretty ugly for them. Okay, so they want a Recurring Nightmare, which does look pretty strong here, and I think I do need to mana drain this. Because this is the type of card that can become a problem beyond whatever's on the board. Like they can just draw a random creature at any point and then just boom, they got a Cityscape Leveler or they got some nonsense coming back. Curious to see if they attack. They don't. I don't know that I even want to activate Secure Tribe Elder. I think I'm just going to leave it on the battlefield for now. Okay, so I get 3 mana. I am going to draw an extra card here. 4/5 for Golos, which will also be active here pretty soon. And I just need to play quickly enough here. And I will play Knight as well. And then I'll just pass. Come on, there we go. Clocks are getting a little low. We should have plenty of time, but you know, if a game gets grindy like this, it can go a long time, so I want to make sure that I don't throw that away. You can definitely have Demonic Tutor, because I don't even know what you have left. But I should have enough answers. Like, it's going to be tough. Like, Resto on Solitude takes out any creature. Let's see what you get. Maybe just a sweeper effect. Hero's Downfall. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I don't really know where they're going with all this, you know. All right, let's draw a card here. More lands. Coalition Relic, sure. 5, 6. Oops. Is this my only red and black source? It is. Okay. Yeah, screw it. I'll go down to 5. Uh, 7 mana. We'll spin the wheel here. And what did I get? I got Primeval Titan, which I will cast. I'm going to say no to that, and I will Demonic Tutor, though. There might be something I'm not thinking of. Guess I'll just get Swords to Plowshares and start beating down. Not that one. Okay. So I don't know. I guess if they have a sweeper, we're in trouble. No, I guess we're not. We'll win because they're only on 2 cards left in library. So if they sweep the board, how are they going to get 5 damage through? Okay, so let's just kill them. No need to get cute here. And I'm going to say no to the trigger and just make sure that they're dead so that I don't lose any more clock because I got a little under 6 minutes left. And you'll be shocked to hear that Magic Online's a little leggy. Okay, anything else I can do here? Vindicate still just looks okay. Like their deck is pretty good at getting stuff back. I could try to get Sculler in here. Like it's a pretty decent disruption spell, and they don't have that much removal. Like they've got a couple of spot removal spells, but mostly are kind of focused on getting their stuff going. I think I'm going to leave it out. One downside to it is that if they ever get Elishnorn in, then they just get the card back kind of no matter what, and it's a bit of a waste. Is Ophiomancer good against them? No, it dies to that. It doesn't care about Grizzlebrand. No. All right. Okay, there's balance in the opener, but our mana's sketchy, but I'm going to keep it. Balance to start things off could be interesting. It also could just be like a big reset. All right. Blue, blue, white, all basics. Curious to see if they go for, because like, man, if I draw a black source and reanimate whatever they pitch here, it's like insane, right? Let's see what we draw. I also could balance just to get rid of Cryptbreaker, but we would have to discard a card or two to do that, and that might not be worth it. Finding a black mana source would be dope, but I mean, we're in like sketchy situation mana wise. Like really sketchy. Okay, Solitude. That's interesting. I wonder if balance isn't good anymore and I should just Solitude away the Cryptbreaker. The downside, the upside to waiting is if they play something that's not Grizzlebrand, but if they do play Grizzlebrand, I'm kind of screwed. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to do it. Like, they may not have another discard outlet here. And they may have just, like, tutored up a... Like, they might have Grizzlebrand in hand and maybe just tutored up a reanimation spell. And I just took away their ability to get something in the yard. You know, you need all the pieces. Okay, that's a little unfortunate. But we do... Our hand is good, but, man, we have to draw a land here. A black land would be perfect. Oh, they didn't discard. Okay. And we whiffed. Darn. That's probably game. Because now they can take the turn to discard Grizzlebrand or whatever. Oh. Maybe I'm wrong. But I will just get ran over by Pack Rat if I keep drawing 4 drops and black cards, so... Okay, what can I get here? Yeah, so I can get black mana, but I can't do anything this turn, and then I just lose to the board. So I am in terrible shape. So I guess I'll just Jace and bounce a rat. And that means that I'm not dead on board and they have to like send a rat over to Jace. It just buys me a little bit of time. That one's going to go at Jace and that one at me. Okay. Relic, bounce. I take 9. Relic, reanimate. If I get this back, I go to 4. I kill a rat. I have a blocker. And I actually do survive that. That's kind of insane. Oh, I could also reanimate Solitude, which is even better because it has lifelink. It does put me down to 3, but if they don't have a removal spell, I'm okay. And I need to gamble a bit here. I mean, who are we kidding? And they have the removal spell. GG. That was close. That was actually pretty close for such a crappy deck. All right, we'll go first. Oh, this is fine. Needs a tri-land of some sort, but it's okay. Okay, that's better than Ragavan, at least. And what was that? Escape to the Wilds. Weird. Okay, give me some cards here. All right. Nothing too great. Blood Tithe Harvester? The 1-2 punch of Dragon Rage Channeler into Blood Tithe Harvester, huh? Alright. I haven't seen that one before. So the question is, do I want to balance? I can get this 4 power plus potential Dragon Rage nonsense off the battlefield. I will have to discard 2 cards, but one of them would be Thoughtseize, which I probably can't cast anyway. What would be the other one, though? I don't know if I can afford to discard a mountain or a forest here if I'm going to try to go to Prime Time. If I discard Prime Time, then I'm just basically begging for Mystic Confluence to bail me out, which it might. I think I'll wait. While this is not great to see on the other side, it's not exactly devastating either. Like, they're not, I'm not being just like crushed here. Also, I should note I would have had to discard or sack a land there anyway, so it's just a little too bad. Okay, so they're going to play a Signet and bash me. They probably just put a land on top. All right. Go. I mean, if If I get to just work my way up to Mystic Confluence with only facing this nonsense, then probably okay. 3 mana for Tireless Tracker. Okay. And then the land that they kept on top, I assume. There it is. Okay, well, I think I'm just going to use Mystic Confluence to help mitigate some damage here. And then I'm just going to cast Primeval Titan. And try to kind of unlock my hand here. Because the window for balance has just been terrible. My opponent was stuck on lands. Okay, so I'll let them make this decision. And then I'm going to counter escape and probably just bounce these two things. I kind of want a card, but I don't really need one. And like, since they tapped out and don't have any extra mana, these are going to be like gone for the turn. I get a very clean shot at my Primeval Titan, and then even if they kill it, it's not like I just die. And taking away Escape to the Wilds means that their late game is, they got clue tokens and stuff, so they're going to do stuff, but it's not quite as bad. Interestingly, I could take a turn here for Verdant, but I don't think that I will. I think I'm just going to cast the big feller here. Okay, so I need to get mana fixing, so I need at least Savai Triumph, because that gets me the second white plus the black for Thoughtseize. And then I should probably just take Spara's Headquarters, as that gives me yet another white that I can use for Council's Judgment and also still cast Thoughtseize if I want. I'm good on blue. And I mean, I don't know what they've got in their hand besides the 2 cards I just sent back, but like, they kind of want to kill Primeval Titan. Like, even if they cast their guys, like me getting to just attack again with Primeval Titan's pretty bad feeling for them. I don't want to have to Council's Judgment a Tireless Tracker, but I guess I'd do it if I had to. So here's the Tireless T. Oh, maybe not. Oh, it is Tireless Tracker. Okay, they floated a red so that they could cast the Blood Tithe Harvester here. Ooh, Mesmeric Fiend. That's actually not great here. I mean, it's fine. Like, they can take away something, but it's not like my hand actually kind of sucks. Like, they could just take Council's Judgment. Balance is the scariest looking card, but if you actually look at the board, it's not so bad. All right, so I actually get kind of another turn off here to try to dig for a blue card or get some lands out of my library. All right, so let's do this and see what they're working with. Coercive Portal, Harvester, and a Skull Clamp. Well, either way, they're going to get a heck of a lot of cards. But Skull Clamp is cheaper, though they don't want to kill these. So I'll take the Portal. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They could actually kill me. I could balance and leave them with Tireless Tracker. think I might actually do that because if they get rid of the Mesmeric Fiend, I'll decide on that in a minute. I don't like my situation here. I just kind of ran out of gas. So what happens if I cast Bounce? I have to sacrifice a ton of lands, most of my lands, but I could actually take out the cards that they have in their hand. I could play Verdant Catacombs, play Coalition Relic, Balance, and then they can leave Tireless Tracker, but then I get Mesmeric Fiend out of the deal. Or, I mean, I get this back and then I could just kill it. This is kind of stupid, but maybe it's what I'm supposed to do. Like, I'm also facing down potential death here. And I have to say, I'm not a huge fan of that. And this does get the last two cards out of their hand, too. All right, so I'll keep this one, and I suppose this one. And I'll ditch like 9 lands. I mean, I got most of them for free, but that is pretty rough. Anyway, but this lets me cast the Council's Judgment. Like if they leave the Mesmeric Fiend, then it's like fine, right? Because they don't have anything left. They just start cracking clue tokens or whatever. But if they leave the tracker, then I can just go white that and just get the tracker out of here. So they're kind of screwed. I don't know. The fact that I like lost all of my lands is a little bit embarrassing, but this does leave us in a decent spot. I mean, I still have a Primeval Titan. They don't have anything. I should be able to rebuild my mana base really quickly, and it's still better than theirs, even just as it sits. So we're kind of leaning on the fact that they're a little crimped on mana here. They've only got 5 mana after all that. We had like 12. Yeah, so they can start cracking stuff. The question is, can they find an answer for prime time? Because if I get one more swing with it, then my mana's really, really set up. Oh, wow, that actually works. Sweet. This deck is bizarre. Yeah, this can actually get black, so I can turn 3 Leovold here. I can do a lot with this hand. Wow. That is a very powerful hand. I can turn to Tutor or JVP. Mana Drain's is slightly awkward. I could set that up too, but then I don't think I could do both. So we'll have to see about that. All right, tap land. I like it. Breeding Pool. Okay. So this needs to get Savai Triumph. It could get Godless Shrine, but Triumph just makes more. So there we go. And then I probably just go Jace into Leovold, I guess. Oh, all right. Well, we'll let our opponent dictate that one. So now they took Leovold. So I think I'm just going to play Jace here. I'm actually not that worried about Mesmeric Fiend like holding on to Leovold the whole game. We have a lot of removal, so it's kind of temporary. And Leovold's good, but like I don't think my opponent's playing very many draw 7s or so. I don't think it's like hosing some fundamental aspect of what they're doing. It's just a good card. So I think that's okay. They're going to play the 2-2 haster and start whacking me with it. I mean, that's just not that bad. I've got the Jace Fringe Prodigy rolling as of next turn if it survives here. So, ooh, and I got a Thoughtseize too. All right, let's just Thoughtseize, and then I can leave up Mana Drain and Jace activation. Ooh, and we got Minskin Boo too. Just a turn, just at the right turn there. Wow, that was nasty. And I had Mana Drain as well, so Minskin Boo was not going to be hitting the battlefield, but still, we'll take it. What was that? A forest? Oh yeah, they only had forest left currently. Ooh, but they drew Smuggler's Copter. I think I should actually kill that or counter that. They don't have anything else going on, and Smuggler's Copter is very strong. I take still just 2. I mean, I know their card is a forest, so this doesn't do anything. Foff, that's pretty much perfect. Okay, so what am I getting? 2 mana here. Trying to decide if I want to flip Jace right away here or not. I guess I do. No, I'll actually use him to soak up 2 damage. Even though I can flip him and plus him to do this now, I actually want to Factor Fiction first. But I already played a land this turn, so I'd rather just wait to see if I have more information about what my opponent's doing. Wow, Escape to the Wilds is pretty darn near ideal. Okay, well, let's just Foff here. Okay, so we got 2 spells and 3 lands, so the question is just, do we want Mystic Confluence or do we want Solitude? And the answer is we want Mystic Confluence, probably. But, you know, you can make arguments for either. Because, like, Solitude gets us Mesmeric Fiend off the battlefield and gets us Leovold, which can be really strong. But, yeah, I'm going to still take Mystic Confluence here. Okay, so let's see what they hit with Wilds. They hit Skullclamp, a Braid, Rakdos Signet, and 2 lands. Wow, that's pretty good. Okay, so we'll soak up some damage here. Now I've got a Plains to discard, which I think I will, yeah. Take 1. My turn. Prime time, but I can't cast it. Could Foff again, but that doesn't really seem to be what I'm trying to do. No, I think I'm just going to do this. I mean, I've got Mystic Confluence ready here. I don't care about Signet. A Braid does hit Coalition Relic, so it's like vaguely annoying. But Skullclamp doesn't actually look that great here, I guess. I think I'm just going to draw 3 cards. Okay, there's some action. So the question is, do they actually want to use it? Like, they could put it on the Bloodthirsty Adversary and get Jace down to 4 or me down to 6. And then just kind of have it there in case the creature dies. But it's not super tempting to kill the creature in that spot, so I don't know if they want to do that. Okay, they're going to take a chunk out of Jace. No, maybe not. Me. I like it. Oracle's actually kind of interesting. Yeah, I think I'm going to actually cast it. It's either that or Jace the Mind Sculptor, but I am a little behind on lands here, and it wouldn't be the worst to hit a few. And having a 2/2 body out is actually decent here, too, and I can protect with Swords to Plowshares as well. Also, can I ultimate this thing? What does it do? It mills them a bunch? They mill 5? I might actually try that. So I think I just go to 5, right? Like, I guess I could get burned out, but this deck, I don't know, doesn't feel like that type of deck, really. Okay, so still no lands here. But I could Demonic Tutor at this point. I don't even know what I'm going to get, but I'm going to get something sweet, and I'm also going to shuffle. Could just be like one of my 5s, like Teferi or Golos or Fractured Identity or something like that. Is there a way I can gain life? I have Swords to Plowshares, which gains me some. I also could just get a land, which is a little bit weak sauce here, but like if I play Knight of the Reliquary and leave up white for Swords to Plowshares, like if I have to plow this and it ends up being 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 life, then I'm out of range of pretty much everything. But I have Oracle, like I'm supposed to hit lands, right? I could get a fetch land if I don't mind going down to 4. Or I could even get like just something to reshuffle or get a card draw out of it. I think I'll get Council's Judgment. There's a Lando. Give me some more. Oh, this guy again. Okay, so now I'm going to play this. And now I'm going to plus this. And, like, I'm going to ultimate it in a couple turns here. Like, starting to get kind of real. Because some of the cards that I actually think I could lose to here are like dragons. Like this, this looks like kind of a mid-range green-red deck, and like, people might play, any number of the 5-mana 4/4 haste dragons that are in this cube. So having Swords to Plowshares for that is pretty good. All right, yeah, my opponent recognized that they were in a pretty bad spot there, and they know it's in their deck, and I don't. So if they have a haste dragon, then they're going to hang around just in case they cold rip it and can beat me with it. But if they know that they don't have that type of stuff, then they're going to scoop, and that's what happened. All right, we got one win with this thing. Okay, round number 3. Sure, like this is a green mana source away from being vaguely playable. Oh man. Mana Crypt off of a mountain? Don't be Layla. Our boy, the bloodthirsty adversary, just keeps getting in there. I guess if this is the worst thing... Don't have a Bomat Crew. Okay, well, this is all fine then. Ooh, there's my green source. I will probably just need to kill this bloodthirsty adversary with Swords to Plowshares, as annoying as that is. I mean, it's going to get in for, like, currently it's scheduled to get in for a heck of a lot of damage, and I'd like to use my mana up here too, because I want to play Sakura Tribe Elder and then Council's Judgment. So let's take a little bit of pain to get rid of this. And then they've got some Planeswalker or something. Seasoned Pyromancer. Okay. Discard some Montanias. Yeah, at least they don't get any 1/1s for their trouble. So I think I go with Savannah here. Play Steve. Is Council's Judgmenting a Seasoned Pyromancer a play I'm willing to make? Yeah, it is. But Hellrider would be an even better target. So I take 4 here. Man, this Mana Crypt curve out is nasty in mono red. Jump here. Sack this. I guess I still just get white. So that I can not take a pain to kill the Hellrider. Because I don't think I can afford to... I think it's better, since I get to curve up to 5 anyway, to just kind of ignore the lands when I can. The pain land. So we'll get rid of Hellrider. We're at 11. They've just curved out so well. But they just need another banger here, basically, and we're in big trouble. If they slow down a little bit here, then I think we might be able to do something. Like we cast Golos. Do some things. Okay, nothing with haste, so that's good. Could just be a bunch of burn spells, though. But we can't do anything about that. So, ooh, Teffers. So the question is that better than playing Golos here? It gets me a card and 2 mana, or I could just play Golos. I think I'm going to play Golos, actually. Unfortunately, the Savai Triome in my hand is my red source, and so that won't let me activate Golos next turn, which I'd really like to be able to do. Okay, hold. I also have to block with Golos too, which is kind of annoying. Wow, okay, so they didn't actually do anything that turn. Because now we're starting to get into the, like, find a way to gain some life time. Abbott. And it was Goblin Guide. Well, Abbott doesn't have haste. They're going to attack me. I wonder what I'm supposed to block. The guide has the obvious benefits of leaving it on the battlefield. But if I put Seasoned Pyromancer in the bin, then it gives them something to do with their mana. But I'm going to do that, because if that's what they end up doing with their mana, then they're not bringing me from 6 to 0, so it's probably better. And they can't do anything with it right now. Oh, they have Fire Blast plus Burn Spell. Okay. Pretty perfect draw from opponent. I mean, they have Fire Blast, Lightning Bolt, and Mana Crypt. Like, that's pretty insane. Okay, so what can I do? I think I want Tidehollow Sculler. I think I want Soulfire Grandmaster. I think I want a Theomancer. And I think I do want Monastery Mentor as well. And the stuff I don't want. Things that hurt. I don't want Thoughtseize. Balance can stay. These are all fine. I don't think I have time for Fact or Fiction. Oracle seems weak. Probably don't want Primeval Titan. Okay. If that's the case, I probably ditch one forest for another plains. Probably can kill Mana Drain here too. For, I guess, Oracle back again. Kill one of these and get another plains in here. All right. Okay, there it is. That is the opener. Play the plains here to play around Wasteland. These monocolor decks love to play Wastelands and stuff like that. Okay, take a little medicine here. I'd really much rather cast Solitude because it's so good against them. But if I have to exile Balance or something, it's okay. Sulfuric Vortex. Okay, so Sulfuric Vortex says if a player would gain life, that player gains no life instead. So I can let it hit the battlefield, then Solitude, and then cast Knight of the Reliquary and try to win a race. But if I take the hit from this for even 3, I'm pretty far behind already. So this only hits creatures, so yeah. The plan of trying to hardcast Solitude gets a lot worse anyway with this thing out because lifelink doesn't matter anymore. So here we go. Swamp or Black Mana Source would be good too. All right. Let's do this. I have a 2/2. And you have a Sulfuric Vortex and a Mana Crypt. You could take 5 damage a turn from your own cards, and you just did. That's incredible. Lava Man and Incinerate. All right. So what do I need? I need an island or a swamp? Council's Judgment. Do I care about Grim Lavamancer that much? It has no targets right now. I don't think I do. It's a little awkward because if I fire it off here and then draw a blue source, like I'm really stoked. But if I don't draw the blue source and then my opponent plays something with like 3 or 4 power or a haste creature or anything, then I'm better off waiting on the Council's Judgment. And I don't know, is Grim Lavamancer the difference maker? Wow, they just took 10 damage off their own cards. I mean, theoretically, all I need to do is just sit here and survive. Okay. That's pretty good. Like, if they have a burn spell, they can fire it at me and then use the Grim Lavamancer. But this is just like takes up a lot of their cycles, and like they're taking 2 damage minimum. Wow, and they freaking got hit by their own thing 3 times in a row. This is amazing if they just take 20 off of it. All right, Seasoned Pyromancer. That's a really good one here because they get to ditch a card. It's probably just a mountain. And then pick up another card on top of it. And a burn spell, I guess they probably just Lavamancer my guy. Oh, wow. Look at that. Amazing, amazing. All right. Let's do it again. Okay, this looks good. This has a Tidehollow Sculler on too, which is pretty good. And then a Demonic Tutor for... Oh, God, really? Every time with this Mana Crypt? I think I've had about enough of this Mana Crypt for one day. So I go get the Triumph and then play Tidehollow Sculler, which is fine here. But, I mean, the problem is, like, if they just go, like, into Hellrider here or something. Yeah, I'm just, like, screwed. This sucks. Now I have to just, like, cold rip balance. Come on, something good. Oh my God, I cold ripped balance. Holy crap. Well, let's do it. I have to discard 3 cards here. Okay, so I think it should be Jace, Golos, because this is too expensive and I have no blue sources right now. I can get 1, but that seems like it's asking for trouble. And then, do I want Tidehollow Sculler? I want Monastery Mentor, but do I want Tidehollow Sculler or Demonic Tutor? probably Demonic Tutor. I don't know the answer to that. That's really close because I can tutor for Swords to Plowshares if they have like a good threat. Oh my god, I just did the opposite. Holy crap, I just did exactly the opposite of what I wanted to do. I just left myself with my, well, I guess not fully uncastable, with my uncastables. Great. Well, at least I can cast Tide Hollow Sculler, lol. Damn, that sucks. Let's see if it would have mattered. We'll see. They discarded Hazaret and Porcelain Legionnaire. Okay. Let's see what you're working with here, Chief. Thundermaw, Hellkite. Not the worst card. So I take 2 from this doofus. Well, at least the Tide Hollow's doing good work. Really? This is going to be a very, very tough one to win, regardless of what happened. Solitude, huh? And it doesn't gain life anymore. And I can't cast it anyway. Good game, I guess. Because now they can just jam with everything. Okay. Guess they just cast it, right? It's kind of hard to leave 5 mana. Well, I guess I'm wrong. That is game. Well, that was pretty much a perfect draw from Mono Red, and my deck is really bad against that. So, all right, well, we picked up 1 win. We had a close first match, a win, and then kind of a beatdown in the last one. Anyway, just wanted to show you what happened with the deck that we drafted on LR 682. We'll see you next time.